Hi there, welcome back to the video. In the last video, we had drawn the graphics. In this video, we will define our GameObject class. We will define a class that contains the common logic for all our game objects. Then, we will define an avatar class that extends the GameObject class. We will apply the running graphics in the class. We will also test the avatar object by putting it on the stage and previewing it on our browser. A game object is a container. It contains the animation graphic from Adobe Flash. In the code editor, open the game-es6.js file. We define a class named GameObject. It extends create.js container. Container is a special kind of display object that can have children of other display objects, such as animation, text, and bitmap graphics. Each game object is a container. In the constructor, we call super to make the create.js code work correctly. We need that for every class that extends create.js class. Then, we define a graphic parameter. This is the graphic that we create from Adobe Flash or bitmap. If the graphic is given, we display it by adding it as a child to the display list. All symbol graphics generated by Adobe Animate come with a nominal bounds, which is the dimension of the graphic. But create.js uses setBounds and getBounds methods for symbol dimensions. For each graphic attached, we set the default game object bounds to the exported graphic's nominal bounds. After we have defined the game object, we can define the hero that extends the game object. In the constructor, the only thing we have to do now is initialize the game object with super and paste the instance of the hero graphic to it. We want to test the hero and game object class. In the restart game method, we create an instance of the hero game object and add it to the stage. We offset the position a little bit too, so that it's easier to observe them on stage on the screen. The game now depends on the images file, which takes time to load. Create.js needs that image to calculate its sprite sheet. We need to handle this as well. The exported HTML has a sample code on loading the graphics. We can open it and copy the code from there. I have also included this HTML file in the code bundle, inside the graphics source folder. We create a new method called loadGraphics in the game class. Then we copy the loader logic, the handle file load function, and the handle complete function from the generated HTML file to this loadGraphics method. There are 3 changes we want to make in the sample code. In the handle complete function, we don't need to set up our stage. We have our own canvas setup code. We delete the code from export root to the end of the function. At the point where we remove the code, we call the restart game method by calling this.restartGame. This is an event handler. The this refers to a different context inside of the game object. We want to call the game's restart game method, so we modify the context by adding .bind this to the complete event register. At last, the beginning of the game constructor. We call the loadGraphics method. Now, let's test the game in a Chrome Canary browser. We will see the little hero avatar on the stage, with a running animation playing. In this video, we created the GameObject class and implemented an avatar class by using it. In the next video, we will work on another game object, the platform.